Now, we've got to keep our focus on those Teals, the high and mighty politicians who promised honesty, integrity and accountability. I showed you on Monday how Wentworth MP Allegra Spender was caught out paying social media influencers to pump up her tyres as part of paid political content, which wasn't declared. Here's a reminder.
I shadowed an independent MP for a day in Parliament and it flipped what I knew about Aussie politics on its head. Meet Allegra Spender, not a career politician. She's a wicked smart economist, mother, a daily 5K queen, and works in line with the values of her constituents who are real working people. And now fights for actual climate action, political integrity and lowering cost of living. She's chill.
A daily 5K queen. You can't buy publicity like that, can you? Actually, you can. These so-called influencers now have been forced to do what they should have done in the first place, and what Allegra Spender and the Teals should have done. That is include a declaration on the post saying this content was made as part of a paid partnership with Allegra Spender. But the Teal MP standing firm, she says she doesn't have to apologise. Have a look.
I'm not going to apologise for finding new ways to connect with young people and for fighting for their future on issues like housing, climate change and mental health. Doing politics differently means changing the status quo.
No, doing politics differently means you not declaring companies on your register of members' interests, and it means you having social media influencers that you pay, not telling people that it's paid advertising. Extraordinary. Meanwhile, remember, of course, Monique Ryan. Oh, there we go again. Dr. Monique Ryan. She couldn't form a view on this in that excruciating ABC interview.
You'd have to give that some thought.
Well, I would think that it would be clear. I don't know. I think I'd have to give it some thought.
Well, she's had a few days to think about it, maybe did a brainstorming session with her staff, and she came up with a statement saying, having had the opportunity to look at the issue, as to whether you declare something's paid for or not, she reckons the Australian Electoral Commission's statement that influencer content paid for by politicians should be clearly labelled is something she now agrees with. Just extraordinary. Let's go to the Liberal Senator for New South Wales, Dave Sharma, live from Sydney. Dave, this is just extraordinary, this stuff. When you're into integrity and honesty and accountability, nothing could be more obvious that when you pay someone to promote you as a politician, you declare it.
What we've seen from these Teals is they're simultaneously sanctimonious and wholly hypocritical. They demand high standards from everyone else and they fail to meet the very low standards they set themselves. I mean, we've got Allegra Spender paying for influencers to promote her content without declaring it as such. We had her failing to declare a directorship of 7 companies until it was brought to her attention by the Daily Telegraph. Just earlier in the week, we had paid contractors trying to put her political material on the fences of a school in her electorate. I mean, in violation of the school's policies and also putting them up on power poles in violation of Ausgrid's policies. I mean, they seem to think the rules do not apply to them, Chris.
Extraordinary, yet, as you say, their campaigning is all about integrity. It's climate and it's integrity. Here's the sort of stuff they say.
Democracy is under threat globally in what we acknowledge is a post-truth world. Speaker, we can combat cynicism and disbelief only by committing to openness.
And you've told me you want more integrity in politics. You want protections for our whistleblowers. You want to ban gambling ads. And you want to see better behaviour in our parliament from our leaders in our country. These are the priorities you've told me that are important, and this is what I fight for.
Yeah, so this is the sanctimony they go on with. I should point out, of course, it was Allegra Spender who defeated you in the seat of Wentworth, but that means you know what they throw at you in a camp.
No hard feelings there.
No hard feelings. But the point is, right, they talk also about grassroots politics and getting the big money out of politics. They have the biggest spending campaigns in the country. Some of them spending upwards of $2 million on the individual seat campaigns. That must be almost impossible for others to come up against. And it's often supplied by billionaires and millionaires, big corporate interests.
Well, that's right. I mean, you know, Monique Ryan and Allegra Spender, and I think possibly one or two others, spent over $2 million in the last election campaign. All the evidence suggests they're on track to spend a similar amount of money. You know, here they are talking about they want better behaviour from politicians, but they're violating Ausgrid rules, they're violating AEC guidelines, they're failing to comply with the Register of Interests. I mean, all the norms that are already there and the rules governing parliamentary behaviour, they're flouting openly, and yet they have the chutzpah to say that they are for better behaviour in politics. It's astonishing.
It is astonishing. Thanks for joining us, Dave. Appreciate it. Dave Sharma, the Liberal Senator for New South Wales.